Hey, I'm not Ron. He's not Byron. And it's not 2 in the afternoon either. But yes, those guys are gone. I felt bad not having a DFS show at all. So I said, who do I know that plays DFS? And I said, I know myself, but I'm pretty shitty at it. I usually just play a couple. I played in a league that only filled up with 3 guys last week.
The Andy Open.
I got second place. I don't want to brag too much about that. Did all right for myself, but
Did
yeah,
you get a 5 or 6?
I did get a 5 or 6. I didn't even put your Twitter handle on here. It's at Calhoun Link, at Link Calhoun, whichever one it is now. I never remember at this point. DFS.
They're both my name, to be honest.
Savage. I just put Link on the screen. I figured that was good enough for you. But how's it going down there in Texas?
That seems formal. Can we do Calhoun?
I am not going to. It's not something I can change. It's a Photoshop file. Like I can't just go change it on the fly like this. You should have said something 10 minutes ago.
This is going great. What's up?
No, I think it is going fine. And yeah, people. Oh, one time we didn't have a DFS show, and people complained, which means they were listening and they were mad that it wasn't happening. So we will get into the Detroit Golf City Rocket Mortgage putting challenge this week, and
it's hard to get up sometimes, but I like these tourneys. I bet these bums all the time. Like, I know these guys, so it's kind of fun.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, I guess, and this whole podcast show / whatever. It's just going to be me peppering you with questions because my DFS experience is like, I'll play in the majors with you. You talked me into Max entering the tour finals last year.
How'd that work out?
I made money.
Hey,
I made like $700. You know,
that was your first Max?
It was my first Max. No,
how long did that take you?
I mean, I watched that video of how to like upload lineups. That was pretty helpful because I was planning on just hand building 150. Seeing how that
you could shoot them out like a slot machine, baby. But
no, like so yeah, my usual DFS is just goofing around with some light stuff. Or I do some like 20 max things, do some $1 or $5 ones. I don't spend a lot of this. Like the amount I spend on DFS is a very small fraction compared to what I do betting. I'm more of a better, but I like DFS, and I think I'm going to try to learn from you today. So, you know, you talked about betting these guys this part of the tournament. Is it weird? Like the first question that comes to mind would be like, do you get less shitty money in some of these? Because like maybe casuals like me, like I always think about that. I'm not entering DFS lineups. It means like it's a week that casuals aren't interested in it because I might be hardcore golf guy, but I'm casual DFS. I
think the casuals should be like, it's so wide open. I mean, if you listen to any kind of podcast or anything in the industry, there's just names that are out there, but this is a good lottery ticket. And when it's this wide open and the pricing's this tight and you can fit 2 10K guys, or you can completely skip them and just fill up with 7s and be stupid unique, you can play around. You can put in $5 and get a good ROI. This is a good lottery ticket. And I'm kind of bummed out it's during that Fantasy Golf World Championship, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's nerve-wracking. I shit the bed, but got in with a 3 of 6. Pretty stoked about that. Now, I've won tickets in the past and always lost. And I just cannot figure it out. I don't know if I choked. I kind of figured out it's a cash game, basically. So the Fantasy Golf World Championship, you had to win a ticket to get in. And these contests were only qualifiers. So they had, 125, 10 max was a normal one. Won one early in the season, just on one of my heaters. Just duped the lineup. I put in my regular 3 max and 1 max. One that chased a lot more, and it's hard to get them. I mean, this is the sharpest players in the world. Like, what's Buddy's name? Peter Gibbons, 15 entries. That's the max. You got all of them through.
All of them win.
He's 10% of the field. So they have 300. They have 300 tickets. You got to win them. You can't buy your way in.
It's like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You can't just
keep
yourself in the factory.
Yeah, you got to get lucky and be good. Right? It's a big contest, guy. If you give me a contest, I want to fucking enter it. I want to win. So yeah, I got 2. Second one a little later on. Then I just stopped and tried to get my DK capital back up because I was just vacuum cleaner sucking it dry. I'm talking, I probably was in 4K, 5K stuck. But when you get 300, it doesn't matter if you get first place or 149th. One first through 150 is same difference. You should move on. Yep. Now, everyone behind it, it goes down from like 8, whatever. I think the 150th player got 4K. My second lineup got 154th. Ugh. Almost got 2 in there. That was a 4 of 6. So I got 6K for that one, just for showing up and filling up a lineup, a no cut event, because I won my ticket, and they put the face value on it like it's 16K. And I got a 3 of 6 in with Hideki. I had Hideki in both lineups.
I know that you kind of went off the grid. Like
I did.
You went off the grid a little, and it's because you were like Charles gambling too. But I'm like, is he just gonna? I'm like, is Cal gonna be just a pout baby bitch?
No, I was like, I wasn't. I had clarity, Andy. I know mood on that. I was going to Lake Chuck. I saw Hideki was a fucking dud. I was like, it's it. I'm done. Going to the Nugget with my wife, and we're gonna destroy it. We're gonna go rock star. We're gonna go big. I was like, boo-hoo me. I won 8K for losing. I can handle that. Let's go play with that money. And turn it back on, listen on the radio. I was like, damn, Tony's in this. Gorilla won too. I was like, that's pretty hot, because Gorilla was like 5%. And I had Gim, and he did whatever he did. But yeah, we got there. 3 of 6. Round 2. 150 people. Top 40 go next to Memphis. Memphis for the FedEx.
No. Is it you skip Wyndham?
Yeah, they take a week off. You got to get travel plans. It has to be a live event. So you got to get your travel plans. I haven't planned any yet, of course.
I mean, Memphis isn't that far, guy. So just maybe calm down. Also, you have to win. You're not going to do it with a 3 of 6 this week. And yes, that is the stupidest DFS lineup, Cal. The stupidest thing that's ever happened to you is getting 3 guys in the top 5, really.
I don't think I've ever cashed a 3 of 6 in my life, let alone go to round 2 of the championship. And that's prestigious. These guys are sharp, man. Like the pros. And I want to sit at that table. Don't bet against me and go to Memphis. That's all I'm saying.
Plus, good barbecue too up in Memphis.
I just want to listen to live music. Really, I heard their scene's pretty nice.
I did go see Mavis Staples was playing down from me before your time. She's like an 80. It's like an 80-year-old woman R&B singer. She was just down at the park.
I might recognize it.
You don't know. Everybody knows the Staples singers.
I know Staples.
Yeah, everyone knows the Staples singers, but yeah, she still had it. Either way, we're both listening to some blues. On to this week. Do you, and God, this is a question. I talked to Ron, our boy PGA Splits 101 about this. He said he's going to try to weave some of this in as you go. And I think the biggest disservice most DFS shows, podcasts, articles, they just talk about like, hey, here's the 10K guys. Which guys do you think you should use? Which guys do you think you should not? Here's the 9K guys. Like, we go down there. They don't talk about like, well, as much as they'll do is say, well, cash and GPP. Like, I would use them in cash, but I wouldn't use them here. They don't talk about like contest selection at all for like what you're doing. And I think it's tough because maybe, a bunch of people listen to that and they all want to play different. But I think that's worth talking about too, as far as, if somebody wants to enter and they don't really have a good grasp on ownership projections and stuff, Like cash games, it's fine. Like you just said, you're used to doing big contests, and you were in a smaller contest with a bunch of guys, and you have to get chalky. And I think there is something to said for that. Like people who are just going to say like, I'm picking good golfers and trying to mash in, and they're trying to do
easy,
like,
right?
Yeah, they're just doing like, I'm trying to get as close to possible to 50K with good golfers. Like, go play cash games. Like, you're just never, ever, ever going to be unique enough to win big tournaments playing like that. And maybe that's fine. Like, somebody who wants to play DFS but doesn't want to do, really spend a shitload of time with ownership projections and the game theory of it. They just want to have some fun. Play cash game. Explain what should those people be playing?
I never play cash games. I might start now. I know what to do now. I mean,
1 week.
You got to find out like your bankroll. It's bankroll management. So your contest selection, the big sexy millionaire, it's not going to happen. I mean, what did you buy Powerball tickets? I did, but
it wasn't Powerball. It was
I'm Mega, whatever. Yeah,
Mega Millions is big. Powerball's like 150. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Like, you can't even get a boat.
And you buy it. That's what that is. That's a big ass lottery ticket. Good luck. Like you need, even if you max it, no. Like I have to play it. I will always play the big one because if I have a lineup that was hot and hit, I would not forgive myself for a long time. I'm pot committed. But if you have not got into that, don't worry about it because you're throwing away something that could be used in a ring game or against 4 people, and just play the best golfers. Or satellites. Satellites are so good. There's so many satellites, and they give you crowns. You use them. Like try to build up a bankroll and slowly advance to higher ones. Now I probably didn't turn a profit till year 3 or 4, almost like poker. And I kind of remember this lineup, my first 5-figure hit. I was kind of joking around, I like to make theme lineups.
Yeah, we do the chess club. We do the.
Who else do we have? The Aussie boys.
Well, now we have. You can do when we had the Open. You did Team Live.
Yeah, we did Team Live.
You'll do team no pictures, like the ones who don't have profile pictures. Yep, just the like the.
We had a mustache guy. Oh man,
Team mustache. Yeah, I mean the theme lineups.
I started that. I made
Chess
a wash
team.
Too. I just picked all the wash guys at this time. Like 3 or 4 years? It was like Spieth when he was full broken, hurt.
Like 2 years ago,
just some dummies, and it was a 6-6, and I crushed them. And I was like, "That's it. You have to be so unique, but not stupid." There's like.
Yeah, you can't leave 14,000 on the table. Like, you used all 6K guys.
But I still have never used all 50. I don't like using all 50K. Just because of dupes. No. Just take if you do 49, I'd say 48. You're going to cut out so many duplicated lineups. I don't know why those 2 digits do it, but it does.
Well, and again, back to cash games, not the same. Go ahead, spend it all. That's fine. But in your but like back to cash games, like again, spend all your money. It's fine. Use it all. But when you're in a contest with 23,000 other people, if you find 6 golfers that equal exactly $50,000, somebody else has made that lineup. Like, it's almost near certainty.
I'll like talk to square friends, and I'm like, build me a lineup.
I did Team Sea Island,
and then
when they were playing
at Sea Island. Like, I could see that. Like
that was a 1 of 6.
Say it again.
I did Team Sea Island. So like Harris English, Swafford, Keith Mitchell, they all live permanent residence on Sea Island, and they're all playing in whatever it was. And that was a 1 of 6. It was like one guy made it through. It was horrid. They all played but again, it was unique.
Say it again.
Team Sea Island. It's like a town in Georgia, baby. I can't even, like, my brain is so broken already at this point in the week.
Dude, I'm like struggling. I had a long one, but I think I could help y'all make some decisions. So the big choice is going to be Cameron Young. You like Cameron Young. My model likes Cameron Young. I got a bad feeling, dude. I don't like it. His short irons. What do you think about Cameron Young? I didn't even bet him.
I made my little I have him high enough. He's played well enough because something I use pretty heavily, and this is probably not something I should use for DFS, is what I'm using for betting. But I do make my hardest. I make my rankings every week, and then I start to look at like where can I bump guys? Because if you make your rankings and you do them right, you know what they're going to look like? They're going to look like the betting odds. It's going to be the chalks on top.
The market.
Yeah, and the market's smart enough. So I start to take in some other things. I say, like, I've found a combination of long and short-term form that I like to put together. Mm-hmm. And I like to use that because I've found it to be semi-successful. Some weeks it does horrible, but it does well enough weeks where I'm using it as a certain percentage of my weighting. Greens in regulation is super predictive, except at places like here and like in Scotland, where if everyone's going to hit 80% of the greens, it's not predictive anymore.
They're easy to hit greens. Yeah, I'm very familiar
for the most part, like finding people who are always hitting more greens in regulation. That's a good metric to start using in some of your weighting. I've found that's been very successful for me this year. And again, these are ratings I'm using for head-to-head matchup stuff. Yes, you got to kind of throw it out this week, but like, and then I do something like I start looking at and I think people get overboard with this. They try to find like 20 things for this week. Like, all right, proximity 100 to 125, and then scrambling, and then and then all of a sudden they have like 20 things, and it's probably a bit too much. And I do some course fit stuff, but I pick a couple things that are unique to maybe, they're 5 or 10% more important here than at most other courses. Maybe there's a few other courses that are similar to this, but it's unique. I find some guys are good at that. And Cam Young, again, like his form number was high because go look at his finishes lately. It's going to
Cam Young number one for me. I'm not going to play.
His fit was 20-ish. And then really some of the other stuff like fairways and regulation, it was low enough where I'm not super big on him this week. And I am big on him for how he can do in the playoffs.
He's a big decision because he's going to be 20%. I'm calling it right now. He'll be 20%. I think he might beat Homa on percentage.
I didn't even look at ownership percentage yet.
So,
is that like your call for the two chalkiest?
No, 100%. I will bet you $1 right now that's going to be Young and Max. Okay, so what's the difference between Young and Finau? Really,
Finau just won.
They're both pretty long.
I hate that.
Oh, I know. It's like that's never happened this year, right?
Can't play well again.
It's listen to the industry today. Tony Finau, he's great, might be on their own. Pass by him. Chris Young, what about Tony Finau? Him and Chris Young, to me, they both drive it long. They're both straight. I trust Tony's putter. As scary as it is to say that right now, more than most. Young is a beast 10 and in. He's not so much 10 and out. If you look at his putting stats, 10 and out, Young is not impressive. If you look at him 10 and in, top 10. This is like just probably, if you look at that up. I did. So
I like it when you throw probably stats out. I get what you're saying. Like,
so you're paying Tony. What do you think Tony will come in? Do you see any kind of percentage? I can find some weak stuff, but just give me
Tony probably 14, 15.
I think it's less.
Really?
I think it's going to be like 10%. I think out of the 10Ks, he will be the least. I think people will start their lineups with Cameron Young.
Well, yeah,
it's Patrick Cantlay is obviously the alpha, the top of the food chain, correct, in this field.
Do you see that too? Like, do you ever look at that? Here's question number 2 for you, like a real live. I want to answer to this. When you have, and it's funny because I just fucking clowned and dunked on the industry for saying like, all right, let's look at the guys in the 10K range. But when you have, let's say there's 4 guys in the 10K range, or there's 5 or 6 or whatever, is there something to be said for that guy that's at the bottom of the 10K range where people say like, all right, he's the cheapest 10, and like that's a better place to start because like all these guys are pretty close, but I can save like $600 if I use the cheapest 10 to start with. Like, is there anything to that, or is it always just that there's a guy in the 10 range that's like just going to be popular, even if he isn't the cheapest, because of where he's sitting and where everybody's talking about and how excited people are to bet him outright, and just where the other podcasts and all the Twitter spheres talking about, because Cam Young is hot in the streets. Sometimes the hot in the streets guy is probably your avoid then.
I don't get it. Like, he's the name I heard the most. I'm going to go on record and saying that he's going to be the most owned or second most owned. He's a rookie. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Everyone is like, I keep saying everyone. A lot of talk on Will Zalatoris about just he can't putt. He's not going to be able to do a birdie fest. He can't get. It's easy to hit these greens. Zal's going to put it kicking. Zal's going to be fine. I got number Zal 3. I think if you do a Zal, Tony start, this pricing is tight. Cantlay should be 11.5. I mean, this is not staggered. You can stack the top. If you want 2 top dogs, take them. They're there. There's enough down here, bottom 7s, and you can get there.
I'm building a lineup as you speak. Like, I'm going to put one in the Millie Maker.
If you do if you do a Tony Zalatoris, you're going to have 2 guys that are playing, in my opinion, that are going to be playing late on Sunday with half the ownership, less than half of the ownership of Young and Cantlay. Yeah.
The Zal putting, and you're right. I mean, the Zal putting thing cuts both ways. It's so weird. Again, because people harp on his putting, but then he gets out there in these majors.
Deservingly.
And it's like, well, no, but like he gets out in these majors and he gains strokes on the field every time it's a bigger trophy. Like, it's like, do you just not give a shit when you're at like the American Express, or what is going on? It doesn't make sense. And these greens are going to be hard to putt on. These are not easy greens to putt on. So the guys who have shittier, I mean, it's a POA bent mix, but it'll roll smooth. But they've proven not to. Yeah, it'll roll like bent, and it's proven that these, it's a tougher putting surface in general compared to some of these other northern tracks. And again, like, who do you want? The guy who has a bunch of kick-ins, or the guy who is like a better putter overall, but he's got 18 footers every time? Yeah, like. So for sure, like, I'm very excited about the fact that he's going to find the fairway, and then he's going to put it within a club length every time. They should do a gimmies for him, honestly.
The way he's priced at 10-4, you say, I drop down to Cameron Young. I heard his name. He's playing great. Say $400. You could even
can't take it with you.
Patrick Cantlay wins a lot of putting contests, I would say. So he would be fine. And I think his 10-7 people are still drawn to Young, Homa, Davis. Like, Tony's being so slept on, and I'm a Tony guy. I didn't have a ticket. I don't know who. I've never seen a Tony ticket from the 3M.
I was going to say, I'm not sure anybody actually bet him until anyone who I saw bet him had a 5-1 from Sunday morning.
Something.
Yep.
I had him in a 3 of 6. That was all right. So me and Tony are cool. Like, what has he done wrong? Or like, this course is better for him. He doesn't have to be in his head about the water. It's just a football field fairway. He's piping it. His irons are right. The scrambling's not hard. Nothing's hard here. Tony's a better bet than Young. Now,
it's an easier course. There's no rivers, there's no lakes, there's no ponds, there's no streams.
There's one water. I think it's on like 14 or something.
It's not like the 3M where there's all these ways to. I mean, when we saw that, there's a couple of 10s. People were. I mean, Matsuyama had a 9 right off the bat. McNeely, who I can make cases for this week, McNeely had a 9 to close his entire tournament.
Well, how did he make the cut? Didn't he make the cut like birdie, double bogey, birdie, or something stupid? Like he hit it on the number.
There are some weird scores. You're not going to see that at Detroit, where it is just going to be. And a guy like Tony, well, look at. It's funny. We talked about this on the betting show. It's not like there was drama down the stretch, even though we saw well, it's like Piercy fucked up so bad.
Oh gosh.
So quickly, and at the same time, Tony went like birdie, 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 and it was just like
listening to it. I was driving home from Louisiana.
Yeah, it's like they just.
My wife looked at. She goes, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong?" I go, "I just heard a murder." It's just like this guy was. I was like, I just heard a murder. That was.
But again, tougher course with more danger, more blow up stuff. If Tony has stretches like that at Detroit, he's going to shoot 20 under, and he's already in my DFS.
Tony T10. He's.
We call him steady Tony.
This is an easier track for Tony. You're going to get this guy at. I got to start looking at some phony projections, but I'm going to go ahead and say 10.
I hate looking at some of these projections because, like,
I know, but I think this time. Sorry to interrupt. I think this time of year they're not that far off.
Well, no, but I'm saying this time of week, and then you go look at like RotoWire.
Well, I mean,
they don't have anyone high. Yeah. Well, look. So, all right, I got my lineup started with Sal and Tony. Then, and it's funny you mentioned like the lottery ticket and the millionaire maker. Football too with DFS, Cal. Like the only football I really play outside of I love Showdown. Like I'll play Showdown on every primetime game.
I like small.
But on Sundays, I just play the tournament with you guys. Like we have our buddies group. I'll play that, but then I always worry because one time I did a golf one in like a fucking $5 buddies league, and somebody's like, "Oh my god, I hope you entered this in bigger tournaments."
No,
because it was like it's like a 600 point goddamn, and I didn't do it. So now when I enter the buddies ones, I always take that one lineup and I put it, even though like it's not the kind of lineup that is conducive to both kinds of tournaments, one with 11 people and one with 50,000, but I'll go put it in the millionaire maker just in case. So yeah. I do a millionaire maker every week for football, and I will for golf right now. So I'm entering the $1 million pitching pot right now.
I'm seeing Cantlay is number 2 now. So it's Young and Cantlay as of now. Taurus, maybe I'm dead wrong.
It's happened. I mean, you went 3 for 6 last week. That's embarrassing.
It's showing Tony at 16. Riley up really high. I like Riley. I think he's gonna come back, and I like Riley a lot. I bet him. I'm probably gonna put him in everything. My 3 maxes, my singles, and my championship. I like Riley. I like Kirk.
Don't give away too much about the championship. Riley could be watching.
About me. Always let him underestimate you. I don't care about me.
Oh, fuck him.
I'll see him in Memphis. That can meet me.
What we got to chatting a little in the Twitter DMs early, and you had me thinking the red flag, the red flag guy. But two, the same thing you said about Tony is like, you got to start, especially me. How many people are entered in this millionaire thing? 58,000.
Okay, so what's your favorite contest that you like usually play? That's like my old man plays that 33 single entry. I forgot the name. It's crazy popular. I love that contest. I should enter it right now. Like it's the best contest. It's like just to fuck around. You can win 10K on $33.
I don't hate that. No, but I'm saying I'm entering the millionaire. You're not talking me out of that.
No, got to.
So this is what I'm entering. Right? That's what I'm saying. So like, we're building this lineup because I've already clicked onto the screen, Cal, and I already have Tony and Will in my lineup. So,
well, we can adjust.
Well, there's 58,000 people.
Okay, it's the 60K dog leg, 10K to first, 33 entry against 2,000 people. That's a contest I recommend to people where you can make some money and you could still have fun and not.
Should I do that one instead? I can just hit the back button here.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do that one instead. It's gonna be hard for me to find though. Maybe
you got to filter it. I'll teach you how to do that. You can find.
I found it. No, I filtered from 30 to 50. All right, 60 grand. I'm still building the same lineup, but again, 2,000 people, 2120. I need to. If you've taught me anything, I need to put some people in this lineup that other people are scrolling past.
Do you think people will play Zalatoris? I have heard no one like. I just don't get the buzz. I haven't read anything.
He's already in the lineup, Cal. It's Tony and Zal.
I know, but just personally, like I don't know if I believe what I'm seeing on ownership. I know what day it is, but they're showing 18% Zalatoris. That's a different story.
I'm going to be dead honest. I didn't listen to any DFS shows today because I never do.
Let's stick with Zal. What's he going to do? He's going to throw fucking darts. And he's going to kick them in. He's going to turn par fours to eagles. He's going to eagle his ass off. He's going to do eagle and birdie streaks. You don't have to worry about placing here, I don't think. You don't need to worry. Like, yeah, you want the winner. I think you might. I don't think you need the winner in your lineup to be optimal. I really don't. Because you can go so freaking low. You can have the 4-round bonus of under 70. You can birdie streak it. You can get your eagles. Like, you just got to find scores, guys who can light it up, who aren't scared to get low. Zal, I guess he doesn't get low in hard fields. To me, this kid he's playing in this tournament to win it. He didn't want to hear this bridesmaid shit. He didn't want to look like an asshole and miscut. I bet he comes in with a little chip on his shoulder. So we like Zal. I bet him, by the way. So
I saw that. It made me sick to my stomach. You know where I kind of went with some of this too? Because again, I need especially in the DFS. And again, this maybe doesn't apply so much to my betting. Betting is, you don't have to be unique. You can bet the guy that everybody else bet, and you can all win. It's fun. The community wins are super fun when everybody's on a guy and he wins anyway. A couple times a year, the whole Twitter sphere is just like, oh, we're all so fucking smart. Let's jerk each other off. This is great. But with this, again, being unique, and I looked at this a little this afternoon as I prepped a little for DFS. I said, I think I hit on something earlier when I was looking at some people and their previous results. I'm like, I kind of want some guys who did well at the Barracuda, because the Barracuda is a tournament that rewards aggressive play. The bogeys don't cost. The bogeys don't cost too much. The birdies are extra, and an eagle is a shitload of points. An eagle is as good as 5 bogeys. So people who scored well at Barracuda kind of moved up my list. And again, especially if I'm starting with 2 10Ks, I'm going to have to get cheap. some.
Well, who do we talk about today?
I bet Hubbard. I bet Mark Hubbard. Like
Hubbard. What's he priced at? Flat 8?
Yeah.
Early tea time? But Andy, there's a red tag by his name.
Oh, no. Does that mean he got hurt?
It must be. Scroll. That's a ticket. That's a guy that he's not out. He's very much in. They'll probably correct it tomorrow or tomorrow night. A lot of people submit their lineups tonight, and they go to sleep. He's playing. He's got 3 top 15s. I think last week's withdrawal was just like tired. I'm fucking killing it. Let me just rest up. I don't have to worry about this water and getting wet and looking like a clown. I'm gonna come here to this football field fairway and get another 15, right? I can find Hubbard. He's hot. He can find these pins, and everyone. You might get the red tag special. He might not get played because of that until they remove it. That's probably not a secret. I haven't heard it today, but that's a move. What do we got left?
No, it's tricky in golf. You don't have like the injury report like you have in NFL or even, the NBA is fucked anyway.
You take it at face value, whatever DraftKings
you do have to.
you.
But I mean, he withdrew and it was just undisclosed. Like,
I keep an eye on it. I mean, we're not too. We're gonna finish our lineups on Wednesday, right? But
yeah, I mean, double check that shit
for sure.
Right, he's in the lineup. So now I only have 21K on the nuts left to spend.
Okay, let's pick the lowest guy that we don't want to hate ourselves about. So
Will Worthington the 8th.
Eesh.
Somebody I saw you put on the betting card. Soon you'll know.
He's on the betting card at 380 to 1. We're not expecting much. It was just a little beer money. I've been playing him in DFS for like a month. He's a free space for me. I think it feels like he makes cuts. He does some fun stuff. I don't recommend playing him in DFS. If you want to get spicy in one of the GPPs, the millionaire makers, that's the guy you need. No is like prime what you need to win $1 million. To win this tournament we're in, the $33. Whew. Okay. That's interesting. Do you think we I bet we could cash with a 5 or 6. Is he 6K min?
He's 61, I think. They put a little respect on him.
Hey, let's click him.
No, he has 6K minimum. You're right.
Let's just punt him. Let's pretend he sucks, and we're building a 5 or 6 lineup. And if he gets in,
I'll put him in.
Right, 5 or 6 can win this week. It's going to be a lot.
So then we got him, Grayson Sig, and that leaves us with 79.
Wait, who?
Pretty easy. Grayson Sig. I mean, he's kind of a lock, right? I just kind of threw that curveball at you. I'll take him out for now.
No.
He's a guy.
I'm not trying to be rude. He wasn't. That you just hit me out of nowhere with.
I know. It was a surprise hammer.
Cole Hammer. How's that working out?
Not good. I got to talk to my guy, not Will, but other Will, Will Newman.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
He loves to play Cole Hammer. So I like texting him at about noon on Thursday. Will, I've got some bad news. Cole Hammer still sucks shit on the tour, buddy. He's not going to win this week. Sorry. I don't even know if he's in this tournament. I got to do the players thing. Cole Hammer is playing 62 for Cole Hammer. Not in my lineups. Not it's my body, my choice. No Cole Hammers for me. Smalley. So here's the thing. Looking at that mid-7 range, doesn't it feel like CT Pan, Pendrith, Goddard or just those are guys that just Goddard is he as popular in the DFS streets as everybody betting him every week?
He's the hottest name. He's the big deal. I don't get it. I'm fading the fuck out of him.
He is a big deal.
No, he is.
I met him at 3M.
Even people who like him,
he's massive.
They won't commit to him. They're like, kind of like Goddard. Yeah, he's all right. I
can play him.
Everyone likes Goddard. Don't play.
You have Smalley. Always been an Alex Smalley guy. I don't have him great on the course fit here.
Okay. Smalley to me, good open. 15th. Solid. Nope, I was looking at him, Scott. The names start with S's. So.
That is true. Nick Hardy. That's another name that's kind of been thrown out.
Yeah.
Again, I'm throwing names out without even knowing if they're actually in this field.
Let's talk about that.
7,300.
The bounce backs. He would be on my list of guys that burned you people. Who burned people last week? Riley.
Matsuyama.
Thigala.
Thigala. I mean, we could just start naming people that other people in our one and done played. Thigala, Davis.
That piss people off. And this is not like get wet place. These guys have open fairways. Everyone's live. So if everyone's live, why would you play the chalkiest guy? He has to T1 or you wasted your time. If he misses a cut, I don't recommend playing the chalkiest 10K, especially a rookie who didn't play last week. And then you got Tone.
Yeah, Big Tone. Where'd he be now? All right,
what do we do with the nines, Andy?
Punt. I don't know. Like, there's a case. If you think the Zalatoris ownership is going to be too high, there's a decent case. There's a decent case to swap him out with Cam Davis, I think.
100%.
I love Cam Davis as a bounce back here. I'll probably make my lineups are going to start with Tony Zal, Tony Cam, Cam Zal. Like those three combinations.
This is a Davis track. I won them like 20K off of them in that when he won. Did he win Detroit or was that 3M? He won Detroit.
No, he won Detroit. Cam Champ won 3M. By the way, Cam Champ checking if he's in the lineup. Little inside info that basically anybody could have had if they watched his press conference. The guy had his wrist was wrapped to the gills. Like
I got talked off him last week. That was a bummer.
What did he play last week?
Cam Champ didn't play last week?
Yeah. How did he play last week?
I thought he played amazing.
I know.
He played the hero. He was the guy. He was +6 in round one.
I was pretty mad when he started playing well because I thought I was smart for a bit.
What place did he get?
He got like 16th. His wrist looked like shit. I think he took a cortisone shot.
Look with Cam Champ. We know what he is.
Test You're right.
him. You pencil him in for the Masters and 3M, and then you're done with Champ for the rest of the season. So I'll play him here. I won't put him in my 3 maxes. I won't put him in my single or the World Championship, but I will put him in some other stuff.
Some other stuff? Like some other man?
Sir? No, like some other contest. He's not going to be in 3 max stuff.
I thought we were pivoting to Austin Smotherman there. You're kind of slurring your words. Are you texting me?
Like, what else am I in? Oh, they have a 444 satellite, which is sick. I thought they were done with that. That's only 100 people, $147, and you qualify into a contest that costs $4,440 to get in. And you do well there, you cook.
Rich. I like how your mind just bounces back to which contest to enter here now.
Yeah, and contests are important. You can't like $100 single. You just need one. You just need one. You get that DK capital, and you can fuck around. You can bump up. You can go to the big boy table. You just gotta get that one.
Yeah, I'm not there. I have like $90.
Yeah, you are, man. You're sharp enough. You make the right bets. Your guys are all over the board. We just need to find it with percentages and projections. Like,
get there.
Once it clicks for you guys, it's done. It's over. Like, where's your mind at right now?
My mind is, I had this ideas where I wanted to build a few different lineups with this, but then I realized I'm making an entry, Cal, here for the PGA Tour 60K dogleg, 10K to first single entry. So making multiple lineups here is not going to be a thing I'm going to be doing. So I need that single entry. So it might be the Finau Zal and then Hubbard, Hardy, Sig. Soon you'll know. And that is 49-4.
How much on the table?
600 on the table. But cheaper?
Let's bump Zal, or let's move Zal around. Let's go to Zal to Cam. See what that does. And you're gonna
Zelda Davis, 13 on the table. It's too late to enter. You can't change lineups anymore. It's lock.
Let's bump up Hubbard.
Well, then you're really now I have 93 to 100. You know, I could go Adam Scott. We go Denny Mack.
Okay, so Adam Scott, weirdest dude, like James Bond coming into a major, just looking handsome as fuck. T15, like all he's done is played the toughest fields, and this is a cake to him. I don't know if he can get that low. I'm sure he can. Adam Scott's a good fucking ball striking god. You don't think he's going to find the green to be within 10 every chance he gets? He is.
That puts me right on 50, though. We're not using him. If I want to leave 1,000 on the table, if I want to leave 1,000 on the table, we're using Russell Henley.
He's mispriced. He should be a little lower just because of the lack of fucking playing. Kisner, fucking guys I hate. Because he has a great track record, and they bumped him up in the 9K. He doesn't belong in the 9K. Ugh. I don't think.
And again, right around that range of where Hubbard was.
Yeah.
Russell Henley, Webb Simpson, Siwoo Kim, Chris Kirk.
Never going to play Webb Simpson. He's fucking blacklisted. How many top 10s does he have?
Ever?
This season.
He's one. I mean, he has one. I mean,
you want to be early on him and catch a falling knife.
I tried to bet him this morning, and I had him, and then I looked him like, because sometimes I scrape betting odds from one website, Cal, when I put them in my numbers, just to give me a general idea of like where people are. And a lot of times I'll do that, and a guy, I'll scrape him in at 66, but I'll be like, I'm going to open up 10 tabs and I'm going to find him at 90. Like, this guy isn't going to be 66 everywhere.
You're going to get
I did that with Webb Simpson. I'm like, 40, huh? Like, well, if I go find like a 66, we can talk. But I mean, that's just not out there. He is really, really priced like he should be 40 to 1 right now. So
he hasn't got a top.
He was a quick cross off eventually in betting as well. So. Yeah, now I'm 1,100 on the table with Finau and Cam at the top, and then Henley, Hardy, Sig, and No.
Why Henley? Jesus Christ, I've heard his name a lot too. I understand his approach numbers are dumb.
Yeah, they're
like
dumb,
top
dumb.
5. He's gotten. I don't think he's gotten a top 10 all season. Maybe
wrong.
First quarter.
Twice as many.
Maybe first quarter. January, February. Has Henley got a top 10 this year?
Henley has 2 this season, but one was like the Houston Open in November, so you can't count that shit. He did play well.
What was the other one?
Sony in Hawaii. So it's been a while. Fucking fine, we'll cross him off.
Now it works when he's popular. He is popular. I think
he's popular. That's the thing. I bet him at like 115. Like, I'll bet him at 115.
Yeah, he's pretty popular. He's popping off like at 11, 12. To me, I don't want any 11, 12. I'd rather take the Gala. Are they close on price?
The Gala is a little more expensive. Yeah. So again, if we mix Thigala in. He's 87. That leaves me 6 on the table. I'm just dying to click enter on one of these.
Okay, we gotta reset this. So how much do you have left to play with one left?
If I took Thigala out, so this is Nick Hardy, Grayson Sig. Soon you'll know. Cam Davis and Tony Finau. 93 left.
Oh, we can fuck around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Thigala isn't bad. Davis Riley, is he too popular?
Yeah. No. He's perfect. No, he burned everybody.
700 on the table.
Ooh. You're okay. So Thigala, I heard.
What am I going to do with this 10K? Like,
I think Thigala.
More DFS lineups.
So what do you have on? What do you have left?
I should have put this up on the screen just so I could have looked at it.
I don't know where Sid came from, but I'm with you.
He's a guy I like, but if we want to replace,
no, it's your lineup. That's the whole thing. Like, do you? What's his price?
71.
Yeah, I like 71s.
He's got a top 10. He plays a lot. He's made a decent amount of cuts. He top 10 last week at 3M. He played pretty decent at the CUDA. Pretty decent at the Barbasol.
5%. And he's an early tee time. I like that look.
He's back in.
I like that look. You know, I think Stephenson is a good bounce back too.
I don't know if you actually set up a golfer there.
Adam Svensson?
Yes. It's Canadian. I feel like he's going to be too popular though. What do you have for him for ownership?
It's gonna be a lot less than.
I think he's over 10.
He's 6%. I'm seeing right now he was 50% in the Golf World Championship. Like, he was loved. I think he was high owned in all the other contests too. And he shot out a +5 and pooped the bed.
And I'm still seeing people betting on him though. I think his ownership's 10+.
No, he did fight. Like, that was a good +5. That's the thing. Like, he fought back. It's just the water got him.
And the guy had like 6 birdies in his first round and shot even par. And it was, or however, he was even par at one point. I think the round was still going on. It's like, this guy has 6 birdies and he's like +1 or wherever he was at that point. He was struggling when he blew up on holes. He blew up.
He was again.
We mentioned that you're not going to blow up.
3 of 6. He's on my 3 of 6, and I'll go back to him because he's not going to hit the water in this kick and birdie. He can score. He can get low. We saw it.
You know what? I'm taking out Hardy and I'm putting in Svensson in the bounce back spot. 800 left on the table. Finau, Davis, Riley, Noah, Svensson, Sig. My God.
How much you got left?
That leaves 800. Can you call your dad right now and tell him not to enter the 33? Just like save his money.
You got to play Hubbard. Did you already have Hubbard in?
I took him out. You told me.
Now you can put him back in, right?
Oh my God. Well, we put in Davis Riley instead of him, I think.
But he's 8K, isn't he?
Yeah. All right. So at least 1,400. That's a big chunk of money left over.
We can go all in because it's so unique. Hubbard's not going to be played. We know Tony Zhao is going to be unique as shit, probably.
I'm tempted to get away from Soon You'll Know, though.
Yeah, that's
probably somebody at the 6,500 range.
But you know what? He's going to weaken the rest of the team, and I think a 5 of 6 is going to cash. But if you want to ship, yeah, you're probably going to need the 6. But if
I know you and I have had some love.
He can sneak in, and then you have a 6 of 6 with some. You get some savages.
All right, he's back in. All right, it's finalized.
You know what? You know who I like also, I'll say, is Kirk. I bet him at 50 to 1. To me, he fits his course very well. I like Pendrith. He popped in my models. Early tee time. Pretty low percentage. Question for you. What do you think about what's his name?
I don't mind him. And if he gets his putting straight.
I kind of broke off here.
You didn't actually say a name of a golfer. I'm a little lower. I'm a little lower on Kirk. I'm usually a Kirk guy. I had a couple things that held me off him. Some of his real short wedges weren't great. Like I have him high enough. I almost bet him. He just missed the cut for guys I bet. So
like
I am and always will be a Chris Kirk guy.
Like his recent form, I got him in the top 10. Kirk.
So, and again, I mentioned this.
Huh?
It would feel weird. So I said this off air to you, but remember I didn't drink for like a month and then I started drinking again on Saturday.
Right.
It would feel weird to play Chris Kirk then.
Let's hop off that wagon then.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave him alone. He's not in my pool this week.
I'm
gonna do a 20 entry max and he'll be in that pool for sure. I'm gonna create like a. Can we talk about that as we kind of wrap up life here tonight? Is like,
buddy, I ain't got shit to do. So
player pool stuff. Yeah, just kind of wrap to me on that. Like,
say it again.
I'm gonna do some 20 entry max stuff. I'm gonna max out some 20 entry tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of player pool we thinking? Like how many guys is too many? I've heard varying. I heard somebody say like, hey, I really think, like 10 or 12 is some.
It's got
and I've heard people say like 40. I do like 40. I don't know what to do with this.
I would do in a 20 max. How many people?
Well, there's 6 on a team, and then I'm going to make 20 teams.
No, I mean like in entries are allowed.
I haven't gotten that far, buddy.
I guess it doesn't matter because so many people have so many shares. Okay, yeah, I would put my player pool between 30 and 40, and I would set my team total at my number at 80. If you want to ship and fucking balls to the wall, put it at 65.
What do you mean your team number?
Like you're at your total combined ownership. When you get a pretty solid ownership, just pen and pad it or optimize it, count it up, be around 65% to ship. You're unique. If you get it in, you might get dusted, and you can yell at me later online.
Well, no, I will. I'll send you a fucking invoice.
But yeah, that's how people ship. It's ownership. You're getting points that no one else can get. So you're playing Cam Young at 20%. You and all 20% are all high-fiving while Tony Finau's passing up halfway like, hey, y'all have fun back there. That's the same way. It's all ownership. So yeah, you're gonna lose. You're gonna pick some bums. But you get your player pool and you try to find the lowest ownership that like get nasty with it, and then build a comfortable one. Get a little balance, a little yin and yang. Like build a chalk one, build a risky ass lineup. If you want to ship, you got to get.
Are you hand building all 20? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I would optimize them. I mean, I would have my player pool hand picked.
Well, yeah, you hand pick those guys. So that you're saying for your product, because again, I'm dumb about this. I don't usually make money doing this. I'm the master of taking $300 and turning it into $150. Like that's my that's my DFS trend.
Like, why are you telling me I won? I know what the fuck I lost.
No. Anyway, so create your player pool, pick your guys, optimize 20 lineups, put them in,
and make a rule say I want to keep my total ownership under 70%. If you like, I'm 80.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Wednesday night, then you take all the guys in your player pool.
Mm-hmm.
You get what you actually believe is some sharp ownership numbers. Then you start looking at your lineups, and maybe you can export them into a spreadsheet, put those ownership numbers on there, start adding them up, and look at the ones that are at like, well, shit, this is a 90 or this is a 40. Like maybe I need to adjust some things a little here.
But each one might have its own path. Like I noticed,
that's what that Cal, that was my question is like,
yeah,
if you optimize these lineups and then you get sharp ownership numbers on Wednesday night, are you going back and looking at like, I built, a couple of these lineups are like, fuck, this is 110. Are you taking that and scrapping a couple guys that are too high owned and fixing it then?
Like Zal would be have to go. He would be a casualty. He's expensive, and I cannot play a 10K chalk. You can't play 10K chalk unless you know it. And Zal's kind of a question mark here, I think. I believe in him, but he's got to get to minus 20, minus 21.
It's easier to believe in somebody when they're not 10K, and it's even easier when they're not 10K and owned at 20%. Then it's fine.
When's the last time you played? Open?
It's been a spell. We were actually curious about that. We were with some one and done stuff. Like, it was really unapparent who was going to play these 3M or Detroit Wyndham.
I can't believe Young played it. Yeah. I mean,
it is surprising some of the guys that are playing these few weeks.
Like Adam Scott, I'm sure has been brought up. It's got to be a sponsorship.
It made it really cool that Tony played last week for the one and done community.
4 horsemen, baby. We were back in it.
4 horsemen are back.
What do you think this week?
We can't just do this on the air, Cal. People, I guarantee
we're gonna zag.
Spieth Caddy's watching, GTM's watching, the lawyer's watching, like Donkasaur. All those guys
are so fucking sharp, dude.
Those guys are good. Like shout out to anyone
Riley. They're playing Riley and Nate. Like, these guys are sharp as fuck. We'll get it right.
We still get we are gonna zag a little in the one and done. I don't.
They don't even know the cards we have up our sleeves.
It's closing in on Wednesday here. Like, we do got to start making some decisions. I'll have my top 13 sent over to you soon, but I don't know. Just I'm gonna go home and see if I can wake the wife up. See how that goes for me.
Buddy, it was good seeing you, man.
I'm gonna see what her ownership percentage is like tonight. I don't even that wasn't even a good sex analogy.
I know, but what's her ownership? 69%.
I'm gonna give her the old Smotherman. That's about as dirty as a golf game as I could come up with.
Oh, and buddy, it was fun rapping with you. I don't think I hope I did.
I just accidentally entered another contest. After you enter a contest, it has all those buttons on the side. I wanted to get into one to look at the groups again. I just entered. I went into the $1 million pitching pot.
So hey, on the next contest you do, just do 7K.
All 7Ks.
All 7K. Leave it all on the table. Try it out. I have a feeling the 7K is going to be, I mean, there's a lot of them, so that's dumb to say, but you can make a lineup out of this. Siwoo, Kurt, Pendrith, give me Wyndham Clark. That dude could
I'll make a player pool of only guys from like 68 to 78. And do a 20 max entry with those two.
This is our Mega Millions, bro. This is like just a lottery. All guys are all the same. This course is fucking easy. It's just finding the guys that are hot. And, you can't win unless you play.
Well, and that is something I mentioned earlier I'm really putting in the hours this week because I did the betting show this morning with Jeff and Nooners. But I said, like, this is a tournament where you have guys that it's like, hey, this guy has played well or he's done well. If you go up and down his, like, go look at Data Golf or Fantasy National or BetSperts Golf, honestly, probably the last one. That would be the best for me. And go look at his putting splits for, like, the last 6 months. If the guy doesn't have one tournament where he gained, like, 5 to 10 strokes putting in one weekend, like, are you sure he can win this tournament? Because the guy who wins this tournament is going to shoot 25 under, and he's going to gain. Yeah, he's going to win a putting. You can't win a putting contest without putting. Like somebody, so you have to have somebody who's done it before. Granted, somebody could pop in and just do it for the first time. Everybody has to do it for the first time. But I love guys, and that's the only reason I played a chalky Homa. When he's won, he's really clicked on the greens, and if the guy is clicking, like he might be the best. He's better than Cantlay, at this point. If his
I
putting
think
is
he
working,
was number one. Besides, no, he might have been number two to Cam Smith in putting 10-footers. That dude is so fucking nails.
Yeah, like if he's on this weekend, like he's top fiving. I was fine betting at 25 to 1. I mean, there's some schmucks out there bet him at 20 to 1. Don't go do that. But if you can find a 25, that's bettable.
I got him at 25. I was late. I took a Monday off.
Well, it's because you were laid up.
I got fucking rocked. He fucking took the casino too. I like CT Pan a lot. He's been popping for me. What, are we not doing this?
You're just like talking about a casino, and then halfway through the sentence, you just bring up CT Pan. Like, your brain is.
I feel like I'm talking to my buddy, but then I'm also like, oh yeah, I need to make these guys some money.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I think we gave out a lot of good info, and if we didn't, I don't care because
I had fun.
But we had fun, and not only that, like if you watch this, if you're listening to this as a podcast, it's Wednesday morning. You got a whole goddamn day to figure this out yet. At Link Calhoun,
yeah, on
Twitter, at BetSperts Golf, at Andy MSFW. I wouldn't ask me, but fucking bug us. I'll answer some questions.
Buy some lottery tickets. Get some Mega Million. Get some of these. Why not us?
I've got like 600 crowns to spend. I don't want to.
Yeah, give them some
crown shame anyone.
No, like they give them to you, spend them. It's comps, casino comps. Use them,
yeah, baby. So, all right, I'm Andy. He's Link. That was DFS. I built a really nice lineup. Don't go anywhere, Cal. I'm gonna play a little music, play us out, and then I'm gonna tell you a couple of secrets off the air.
And play Mario Kart?
Oh, I don't have my Switch here. I do have the games here, though. So, I should mention, too, before we go, running a hell of a deal because I just want to get as much feedback as I can during this offseason as I'm building up new tools and stuff. So, $1 a month. Swing special. $1 a month. BetSperts Golf. Try it out. Just giving the farm away. That ain't going to be $1 a month come next year. Look at Cal. He's just head in his hands. Just giving the milk away, guys. Just because, I just want some people in there trying out the stuff, giving me some feedback, being the test group. BetSpertsGolf.com. Andy and Link. See you next week. Get the music, producer Andy. Bah, bah, bah. Bah, bah, bah.